this episode of Madhouse, we talked to Edison Muhwezi, the sound guy, about his journey in life as a live audio engineer in Kampala, and he just shares his stories of how he got into the business and how he's growing his business. Let me just see. Are we rolling? Yeah, we're rolling. Cool. We're good. Just say something. I just be sure.
Something.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Hi. Welcome.
What up?
What up?
Thanks for inviting me to this
podcast.
humble podcast.
Yeah, this is the Madhouse Podcast. This is weird. The Asylum Podcast.
Okay.
It's not like this. It's not like the My Friends Make Music podcast. Though, do you know, funny thing, this podcast can go either way. Just because, just because you're the sound guy, just be like, hey man, like let's just cut out this intro and like throw it the other side.
Cool. Yeah.
Cool. So, hi guys, welcome to the Madhouse. My name's Gabriel. I'm here with superstar sound guy. He calls himself the sound guy. I don't know, but like that's what he calls himself. Anyways, it's called Edison, a good friend of mine. He is usually behind mixing boards and carrying speakers and connecting them, making sure people sound good at live events. And I thought it would just be, since this much we're doing like a whole thing about live music and the art and business of live music, I thought it'd be great to like just talk about like Edison, how he got into this whole plot of like just speakers and stuff. So yeah, Edson, go away. How did it all begin?
Yo, first of all, thanks for inviting me here.
Yeah,
it's an
man.
honor.
Cool.
I hope what I share will inspire
Someone. Yeah,
Anyone.
that's the point. Inspire someone. It doesn't have to be. Just inspire someone or give someone insight into the world. You get some people, they see sound guys and they're like, I'm like, guys, you guys need to know.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
How did this all begin? This journey began in 2013.
Okay.
Yeah, 2013.
So young and yet such a superstar. But it's okay.
It began when I joined Worship Harvest.
Okay.
So that's the church I go to.
Okay. Harvesty, worship harvesty.
Worship Harvest, yes.
Mose. Shout out on the podcast.
So one Sunday they asked, hey, does anyone want to join the production team?
Yeah.
And at that time I was looking for a way to enter music production.
Yeah.
That's the whole goal.
Yeah.
And
were you like always fascinated with like music production, like way before?
Always.
Like,
way before.
Yeah.
Full of Dr. Dre and all those guys.
You're like, I have to.
Wonder Boy. That I followed everyone. So I joined. I joined the team. And it was really easy to join. It was just a handshake. That's we didn't stress.
No biometric scans, what?
Nothing.
Yeah.
So it was really cool. So December that same year, I met Nelson Muhwezi.
Yep. Okay. No.
Yeah.
Another shout out. So many shout outs in this podcast.
He came to train us.
Yeah.
And that's when my eyes opened even more to the possibilities, mysterious wonders of sound engineering. And I was fascinated because it's a pretty beautiful blend between science and music.
Art. Yeah.
And art, yes.
Yeah, basically.
So yeah. I was like, why not? Let's continue. Let's go ahead.
Yeah.
So at that time I was in school,
What were you doing in school, though?
Yeah?
What were you doing in school? Like
software engineering.
Just natural fit.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah. So 2014 begins, and then Paul gets married and leaves me on the mixer.
Paul, that's mean. Like you left
Paul,
the
Paul
brother.
is my boy. He's my best man.
No, me, I think that's mean. That's mean, Paul. Like, how do you do that?
Yeah, Paul Kazibwe, shout out. So I was left alone, and in there is when I had to, pick up the pace.
Yeah.
So for every mistake that I had to go for a YouTube lesson. I'd go on YouTube.
The power of YouTube. Google has one.
How to fix this. Okay. So the next Sunday I can't fix it. Another problem arises. Next Sunday, like that.
That's very fascinating because that's something like I've always told people like it seems like we live in a time where it's like it's easy. I mean, like if there's a problem, like there's someone who has sort of solved it on the internet.
Yeah.
All you have to do is just sit down and find it.
Yeah, exactly.
But like a lot of people are like, hey, you have to teach me how to do it, and I'm like, no, I don't. Like there's like a 1 minute video where a guy will share how to do it, and it's like, but anyway, sure, continue.
And yeah, actually, like you've just said, everything is online.
Yeah.
There's so many blogs.
Yeah.
So many videos. Like you just sit down and say, okay, let's find out how to fix this specific problem.
Yeah.
And then you find out that specific problem relates to so many other things, and before you know it, you have the whole picture.
Yeah.
So okay, this now makes sense.
Yeah.
And then at that time, the collective had just begun their fellowships and what. And so meeting with them constantly also helped, because Nelson is the team leader of collective. And so I would go there and even learn more stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, the thing about it is I immersed myself in spaces that I could learn and develop as a sound.
Why are you doing this? Like, I just want to ask, like, in the beginning, was it like, hey, I'm just going to do this for free and just like get in there and like figure stuff out sometimes? Or was it like, hey, sometimes you have to pay me for this? Because it's something I've been asking like very young creatives who want to get into stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, you want to learn how to make films? You just go and work for the other guy for free for like a month and get to figure out the plot before you start demanding to get paid. I don't know how you're immersing. Was it?
I had no idea I'd be paid for this. When I started, it wasn't.
It was just like, I just need to learn this stuff.
Because like I said, the point was to enter music production.
Yeah, I get. Yeah.
So I was like, this is something I've always loved. Yeah. So I'm going to enter it because it will get me to the thing that I really want.
Yeah.
And before I knew it, I was getting paid for doing it. It was Solomon. Yeah. Shout out Solomon. She's the one who gave me. Yeah, she gave me my first gig ever, and I remember it was at Acacia Mall, a Christmas thing.
Yeah,
and it was really beautiful, and it was a very nice learning curve, because now you have to work with superstars. And the pressure is real, so you need to make
mistakes
sure
are not thing.
Mistakes weren't an option, man.
Yeah.
So I pulled it off somehow.
It's not like worship so they could like look the other way once in a while, like, okay, the mic didn't work.
Well, I mean, the pressure at church is real, but like, there's more forgiving grace
at church than at.
But when you're working, it's quite intense.
Yeah, I know.
So I actually didn't know I was getting paid for that gig. She called me because we were friends. And like, hey, come and do it. I was like, hey, cool. Yeah, let's go. So I went, did it, and then I got paid. I was like, wait, there's money. So it was cool. It was cool.
It's like a very child innocence of like, hey, wait, I get paid for doing this. Like, I was just having fun, guys.
That's how it all started.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
that's cool.
So that's how it all began. And at that time, I was working, and she paid me the equivalent of almost 3/4 what the job was paying me per month.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, this happened in one day?
What if I did like 5?
Exactly, in a month.
Yeah.
So that's where the conversations like that began, and started making friends. And
I want to get into this friends thing, because I know you've done some very interesting gigs, and I don't know. Do you want to mention some of the jobs you've done? Because I made overhype it.
Well, the first thing I did, the first real big thing I did was Andrew Womack when he came to Uganda.
Yeah.
But that one I wasn't being paid. So if we're talking in terms of payment, the first big thing I did was Irene Talley.
Okay.
In 2016.
Okay.
I don't know if you want the story to that, or I just mentioned
that would be funny if you tell me a story, because like that was your first major league kind of like event, and like I don't know how was there like so much pressure.
Of course. So like
I also want to know. I mean, what I'd really like listeners to know is like how you felt like the first time, but also the kind of prep work you had to do for that one in particular.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it all began with Roy Kasika,
drummer boy,
the drum machine. So I met Roy. Okay, I met him
way back, I guess.
Not like way back,
but like
around maybe 2014.
Yeah. Or the same time we were trying to get into the music thing.
Yeah, like we actually met at church.
Okay.
That's the first time I met Roy. So it wasn't like a deep conversation. We just met, said hi.
Yeah.
And then probably end of 2015, or was it beginning 2016? Around that period.
Yeah.
He invites me out for lunch, pizza.
Yeah. Like,
I was like, why is Roy? Is Roy the drum machine calling me for pizza? I was like,
me
hey, man.
and nobody.
So it's like, hey man, so we have this group called Soul Deep.
Yeah.
And we're looking for a sound guy, and we've noticed you and your growth.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Me? I'm growing? So yeah. It was cool when you kept saying that. Yeah. That's how that journey began. So I started out with Soul Deep.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, Soul Deep was my first.
Before Solomon.
Yeah. No.
It's Solomon, then Soul Deep.
Soul Deep. So Soul Deep was actually one of the main one, because the first performance we had was at Blankets and Wine.
Okay. Yeah.
And yeah, that pressure was real. So now we've stepped from, grace to now real pressure. And like, we only had like 30 minutes of sound check. So I needed to do what I needed to do at a quick pace.
Yeah.
While making sure everything sounds right.
Yeah, again.
So I think it was less than 30 minutes. Yeah, because we reached there, and we had to fight with some people about shifting drum positions, and anyway.
Yeah, I can get like
stories crazy.
Yeah, we just do a whole podcast for these stories.
Exactly.
Like a whole album.
So yeah, so that Blankets happened, and man, nailed it. It was so cool. So sometime in June.
Yeah.
July. Around July, maybe.
Okay.
Or late June. So anyway.
Still about the same year?
Same year, 2016.
Yeah.
So Roy calls me. He's like, hey man, there's a meeting at Swangs Avenue.
Yeah. That was before it moved to Square, or that's, I think, before? Then it used to be where it used to be. What was it?
Yeah, it was in Muyanga at that time. Yeah. So hey, Swangs is at Muyanga. Let's meet up and then go. So we met at there was an event happening at Governor. So we went there, attended the show for like an hour, and then left for the meeting.
Yeah.
So we reached Swangs Avenue, and then I'm seeing Benon, I'm seeing Irene Tale, I'm like, wait, what just happened?
What am I doing here?
These are guys I see on TV. Why am I here? So they were like, so yeah, this is the team doing the show.
Yeah.
Like, cool.
Okay. I'm just the guy here.
Just it's like, yeah. So Roy is like, yeah. So that's the sound engineer. Like, yeah, yes I am. Yes I am.
I guess in your head you're like, the guys know.
Like, yeah, what's happening? Anyway, so yeah, and of course at that time no one knew me. No one really knew me. Like, who is Edison? Yeah. Like there were so many questions. Who is Edison? Who is Edison?
What have you done before? I guess those questions going on.
Yeah. What have you done? Who? What? And the pressure wasn't actually on me. It was on Roy, because he's the one who called me in
to convince his team, the rest of his team, that hey, this guy is awesome.
Roy, shout out to you once again. So yeah, they really asked Roy so many questions. He told me this way later after the show ended. Anyway, so and that show was amazing. It turned out to be a huge success.
Yeah.
Of course, this is after months of homework and research.
Did you do like crazy amount of homework like before that show? Like we're like scouting the location and then checking it out.
Yeah, we went scouted the location. We had to figure out, okay, what system are we using? How many speakers? you know, how the distance between where I'll be seated and the stage.
Yeah, those things.
Yeah. So yeah, all those calculations have to be made. So yeah, that meeting happened, and I did more crazier homework, you know, finding out how to make vocals sweeter and, you know, drums fatter, and there's so many things.
Yeah.
And it really turned out really nice. I was like,
but at least this one, it seems you had like some prep work, even like before the event. I guess you had some. It's not like you're 30 minutes from blankets and wine.
Exactly.
You had like maybe 2 hours to like
yeah. So
things.
yeah, we had the sound check the night before, and even the morning of the day.
You had like
we had like a full run through, and you know, everyone was happy. Everyone was happy, and yeah. So that's at that point is where I was like, yeah, this can become a real good thing if I keep at it, and I kept at it. So yeah.
That's nice. That's nice. So everyone just keep at your things. Everyone should just keep at their things, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Unless like me who's everywhere.
The whole point is just trust the process.
Just trust the process.
Trust the process. Trust your process. Don't give up on it. Maybe of course there are times when you're like flat broke.
Yeah.
And you don't know what's going to happen.
But funny thing you've said it. But that funny thing is that I feel like that's a freelance thing.
What?
That sort of flat broke feeling, because it always feels like job.
Yeah.
And like, okay, we're good for like 2 months, and then it's
exactly.
like, wait, there's no job. Oh my god, I'm going to starve. Oh my god, I'm going to die. Then like, oh, there's a job here. Okay, we can go for like 2 months again. Something like that. It feels like every freelancer I've talked to, or people who are sort of freelancing outside like structured systems, like jobs or something, or businesses that work. It seems like that's how they're sort of used to it. They kind of know, hey man, like today's tight.
Season.
Oh, today's or they sort of live like monks in a weird way of like, this season he maxes all the gigs he can get, and then like the other 2 months he's like,
right,
just trying to.
I get I know what you mean, because you know it's their seasons.
Yeah,
some seasons are, you know, like especially like December.
Yeah, I guess.
So
especially
many events happen.
Especially in the live business, seems like December's and like media.
Yeah,
the events are sort of
heavy,
and then like the rest of the year it's just like does anyone want to do any events? Yeah.
So that's usually what happens. So I also learned that well no one really warned me, so I learned that the hard way. But the point is,
any cool stories in learning the business of your craft the hard way?
Yeah, well,
like just one story. It'd be interesting because like I feel like gives like, I know you've shared the artistic side, but also the business of what you do is interesting. I mean, show people it's also doable, but like you need to be a very good, I guess, planner or something of some sort.
Yeah. I mean, of course. Now, in there lies the point of value. How do you value yourself?
Yeah.
So if you're going to do a show for 10 hours and then they give you 300K at the end of those 10 hours, I think you have undervalued yourself big time. And
for those listening that are not here, not 300K US dollars, like
300,000
Uganda shillings. For those who maybe like what, 300K US dollars. Like, Edison is a $1 million sound engineer.
Yeah. So it's So how do you
figure out the
yourself?
value?
Yeah. How do you value yourself? So you can't spend 10 hours and expect to get that little, and then expect progress in other areas of your life, because you're a human being. You have rent. You have
other costs. So it's just to value in the cost of your life and what you need to do, and then into the work and say, okay.
So I mean, it's not like because the honest truth is you've put in time. You've put in time and effort to learn all these things, and the fact that you have been hired for that job means they also see something in you. So for you to undervalue yourself is a disservice to not only yourself but to to the industry as a whole.
Yeah, but a service to the guy paying you.
Exactly.
Be like, hey, the guy wants 300,000. Okay, cool. Let's just give it to him.
Yeah.
But
So,
yes, but I guess also it's been about self-aware, because I mean, you can't also again overvalue yourself yet.
True.
Your skill set is not very like.
True.
You can be like,
That's
hey,
very
give
true.
me 2 million shillings,
and also
like,
the type of event.
oh yes,
they
also
don't charge
that.
the same on weddings and
Yeah.
So
You also need to like read the situation
exactly
and be
so
like, yeah, there's money here, there's no money here.
Yeah. So you just have to be wise about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But otherwise, when it's peak season, please save, save, man.
Skip
So that
for rainy season.
Yeah, exactly. When
you can
when that time comes, you'll
I
be
get.
more
So
prepared.
I mean, like, there's something I'm always like, whenever I've either hung out with you or maybe when you've worked with me on an event and stuff, there's something I'm very fascinated with. Your use of tech is very impressive. In a way, it's like most sound guys, you get that it feels like they're carrying like a whole house to the venue.
Yeah.
And yet it seems like you just showed up with like a suitcase. Even when there's like a lot of speakers, there's that feeling. And I wanted to understand, like, when did that transition happen, and when do you notice that it's a much better way to move to much clever pieces of tech to get the job done?
Yeah, man. Like I said, the research doesn't stop.
Even after the gig.
Even after the gig. Even after the event.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 2019.
Yeah.
And you know, there's new tech coming out every single day.
Yeah. Especially in your business, it's a lot.
It's just like phones.
Yeah.
There's a new phone every year.
Yeah, I know.
The S9 is now old. Can you imagine? We're now on S10.
Yeah, no.
And it looks way cooler. And next year there'll be a different one. And it's crazy. So same thing with sound.
Yeah.
The tech keeps changing. The microphones are being improved. The speakers are being improved. The mixers are being improved. Yeah. So to stay on an old system for over 10 years is painful.
So you're just future-proofing yourself. You're just like, hey, I have to be relevant in like 30 when I'm 90 years old, and I can still
so that if that time comes, and you know there's a new system, the old system has been completely phased out.
Yeah,
you'll need to know
a new system. Yeah.
So it won't be like a steep learning curve. So just follow the trends and.
So, but I wanted to know, like, when did you make that decision? When were you like saying, I think I need to go this whole digital mixers route?
Well, that's easy. Yeah. That all goes back to collective.
Nelson and the collective guys.
Yeah. You know, they bought this new piece of equipment.
Yeah.
You know, powered speakers, digital mixers, and you know it worked.
Yeah.
And so like, why can't we adopt this in church?
Yeah.
And so we adopted it in church.
Right.
And now it's working.
Cool.
And you know, and the systems keep improving.
Yeah.
So that's why whenever I'm out for events, I always look out for the newest system.
See how to integrate it into your system or your.
No, like whenever I'm doing an event, I always look out for the newer systems.
Okay.
That will help smoothen my work, because the older ones are being phased out,
and also they're harder to work with. Like there's some more work you have to make it work as compared
to
like
exactly.
The new stuff.
Yeah, I get the amount of cabling and what it's just too much. Yeah.
Cool, that's nice. So they just pay you more for like doing less work. I have sold Edison out. You guys are paying me more for doing less work. No, actually, it's very clever. So you're paying him because like if he can set up the event in an hour less, I guess saves all of you money and time, which is good. So pay the man. Cool. So podcast come to an end. And usually the Madhouse Podcast these days, we ask people we just want to ask every guest a life lesson from all the chaos and mixers and cables and speakers you've carried and blown. And have you blown any speakers, by the way? Before?
Yeah.
It's an blown speakers.
Yeah.
Oh god, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, but like any life lessons, like one life lesson, like something that you've learned from like what you do, that you have really applied in your life as like everyday living, just from like organizing people's sound and just getting it right? What's the one thing Edison, the sound guy, has learned from?
Humility takes you a long way. Yeah. Just because you know something doesn't make you above the rest.
Okay.
Listen to others.
Okay.
Be be more interactive.
Yeah.
Than reactive.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I get be more
Yeah.
like you have to be more listen, pay attention,
understand where the other person is coming
empathetic,
from.
very yeah.
One of the best places you learn that is from doing stage sound. Now, front of house is what the audience hears.
Okay.
Stage sound is for the artist.
Okay.
Now, when the artist asks for something,
Yeah.
and in your mind, you're like, that's not cool. That it might do something that won't be nice.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like if they ask for something that will make them feel better about themselves and will make their performance better, then give it to them.
Okay.
Don't stress.
Or when even if you know it's technically off, like it would, like
even
that's not going to work.
Like
But
it
you
won't sound right.
Yeah.
Even if that happens, just give it to them and see how they feel about it. And then maybe eventually, it usually happens. Eventually, they're like, okay, please remove that. I see what you meant.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But in those in that situation, do you always explain it to them also? Like, hey, I'm going to do it, but it may not work because.
Yeah. I actually show them both options.
That's nice.
You either this sounds nice. Okay, let me give you yours, and then they're like, oh, okay, now. So it becomes more healthier if everyone on stage is talking to you.
Yeah.
Than you giving all the points and be like, no. So
I get.
That's
cool. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Edison, for hanging out with us.
Thanks for inviting me, man.
Yeah. This podcast is over. We're
Wow.
done.
Dope.
Peace.